Hi guys, welcome to today's session, and today we are going to discuss about digital tax in India. And in this session we'll first discuss brief about the digital tax. Then we'll discuss when will the digital tax not apply, and then we'll discuss about other countries which impose a digital tax. And there is an argument that digital services tax is a discriminatory tax from the US part, and why India says digital services tax is not discriminatory. And there is another sort of tax called Netflix tax. So we'll also discuss what is that. So this is how I plan this session. Let's now start. So guys, India was one of the first countries to introduce a 6% equalization levy in 2016, but the levy was restricted to online advertisement services. However, India introduced the digital tax in April 2020 for foreign companies selling goods and services online to customers in India and showing annual revenues more than 20 million Indian rupees. So that is about the digital tax. And United States recently announced 25% tariffs on over $2 billion worth of imports from 6 nations over their digital tax services tax, but immediately suspended the duties to allow time for international tax negotiations to continue. And the USTR, that is the US Trade Representative's Office, had approved the threatened tariffs on goods from Britain, Italy, Spain, Turkey, India and Austria after a Section 301 investigation concluded that the digital taxes discriminated against US companies, and the potential tariffs aim to equal the amount of digital taxes that would be collected from US firms. So this is a controversy, ongoing controversy. And if you see the applicability of Indian digital services tax, India has expanded the scope of equalization levy over the last few years to tax non-resident digital entities. And while the levy applied only to digital advertising services till 2019-20 at the rate of 6%, the government in April last year widened the scope to impose a 2% tax on non-resident e-commerce players with a turnover of rupees 2 crore. And the scope was further widened in the Finance Act of 2021-22 to cover e-commerce supply or services when any activity takes place online. So since May 2021, this also includes any entity that systemically and continuously does business with more than 3 lakh users in India. So that is about the digital tax in India. Now we'll discuss when will the tax not apply. So the tax does not apply the offshore e-commerce firms that sell through an Indian arm will not have to pay this equalization levy. And this means if the goods and services sold on a foreign e-commerce platform are owned or provided by an Indian resident or Indian permanent establishment, they will not be subject to the 2% equalization levy. And if you see the reason why equalization levy was imposed, it was to give level playing field between Indian businesses who pay tax in India and foreign e-commerce companies who do business in India but do not pay any income tax here. So for establishing a level playing field, government imposed the digital services tax or the equalization levy. And now we'll discuss which are the other countries which impose such a digitalization digital service tax on its sellers. So if you see, France imposes a 3% digital services tax, and in the ASEAN region, Singapore, Indonesia and Malaysia impose a digital service tax, with Thailand announcing forthcoming plans to tax its foreign digital service providers. And negotiations are underway at the OECD involving 140 countries to overhaul the international tax rules given the fast growth of internet economies. So that is the status globally. Many countries are imposing digital tax in recent days, and we'll discuss in detail why India says digital services tax is not discriminatory and why it is needed. the India's argument is that business models employed by non-resident digital service providers obviate the need for the physical presence in India, and profits earned here could easily escape the Indian income tax net. Hence, the tax is necessary. And also, the second point is the change in the international economic order. That is, the countries such as India, which provide large markets for digital corporations, seek a greater right to tax incomes. And the USTR's argument is that it states that the digital service tax discriminates against the US digital businesses because it specifically excludes from its ambit domestic digital businesses. And also, they are saying that the Indian digital service tax is discriminatory because it does not extend to identical services provided by non-digital service providers. So these are the arguments by the USTR against the Indian digital service tax, and there are many associated concerns also. It is said that eventually the tax became a burden for digital consumers, and also it could invite retaliatory tariffs as similar tariffs were imposed by US on France. And also there is a problem of double taxation. So these all are associated concerns against the digital service tax. Now we'll discuss about the Netflix tax, which often comes in the news. So friends, digital services tax is a levy on the overall revenues earned by the supplier of specific digital services, and it should not be confused with the so-called Netflix tax, which one may find in some Western countries. Netflix tax is essentially a value-added tax on digital services, where the consumer bears the entire tax burden on the value of the final product. So that is the Netflix tax. It's altogether a different concept. And that's all about this particular topic, guys. This controversy is ongoing, and it often comes in the news. The US questions India that the need to tax the digital companies like Amazon, Google, and Netflix arises because these companies collect digital revenues from countries where they do not have a significant business present. And these are new age companies which can use virtual infrastructure to operate in another country. So countries across the globe have felt the need to tax revenues generated by such companies in a particular jurisdiction. And India is also moving in this line. Lots of discussions taking place regarding this topic. So please study about this. It's a very important mains topic, and do not ignore to study this. And that's all for today. We'll meet tomorrow with another topic. Thank you for watching this lesson.